hits this one toward the gap in left center field. This one is going to go off the warning track, off the wall. Walker going to get way tall. Snyder back toward the wall. He lifts, and then he makes the catch. Oh, what a play by Snyder. And he drives into the gap in left center field. On the run is Karstens. This one is off the wall. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Got it. That's the ball game. Sunday afternoon on Federal Street, Kids Day, and they're rooting for the Pirates to get a series victory as we get you ready to go for Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Bucks and the Brewers, all even at a game apiece. Pedro Alvarez leading him out of the dugout. There's Jeff Clement. Hasn't been in the big leagues in 2 years until he got a pinch hit appearance 2 games ago, and Erik Bedard, the left-hander, on top of the hill this afternoon for the Pirates, and he'll face this lineup for Ron Renicke's Milwaukee Brewers. Marichka Aoki will lead off, then Ricky Weeks, Ryan Braun in the third spot, Aramis Ramirez bats cleanup. Corey Hart has been hot over his last 10 games, 378 with 4 doubles and 11 runs knocked in. Lucroy, Gomez, and Segura, and then Mark Rogers is the pitcher, batting ninth against the lefty Erik Bedard.
Take a look at Eric's numbers, brought to you by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. Like to work on those losses. Obviously, you can't get rid of them, but start stacking up some W's before the season is over. And if you do that, naturally the ERA will come down. That ERA is about a point higher than what his career mark is. A point, I guess, a run higher.
Behind Bedard defensively in left field, making his first start with the Pirates in left. He did that with the Blue Jays. Is Travis Snyder, McCutchen and Jones out there. Josh Harrison, the shortstop today, with Jeff Clement at first base. Ron Barajas behind the plate, catching Bedard. 2010, Jeff Clement was the opening day starter for the Pirates at first base, and he's back out there after a very long wait and a lot of patience recovering from injury. Clement, former first-round pick of the Seattle Mariners, ready to go, and so is Erik Bedard facing the right fielder Marichka Aoki. We are underway from PNC Park. Aoki takes strike one. Aoki, a .290 hitter. 6 home runs, had a base hit in the 6th inning last night, and had a double in the 5th inning of Game 1 on Friday. Curveball, good looking break, and it's strike 2.
Yeah, both these first 2 pitches absolutely perfect, right on the edge of the strike zone. If that's the kind of control he's going to have this afternoon, Eric's going to have a great game. 2 perfect pitches.
0-2 pitch coming to Aoki. Slaps it to left, right at Snyder. One out. Snyder made an outstanding catch in the first inning yesterday while playing right field against Ryan Braun with 2 men out. Went to the right center field corner by the 375 mark and took extra bases away from Braun.
He's got that big field behind him today at left field. Probably see a lot of action out there, you would think. That's where Eric wants the ball going. He's the big part of the ballpark. Away to lefties, in on righties.
Ricky Weeks does not have a hit in this series. He was 0 for 4 last night.
Everybody last night, all the right-hand hitters except for Braun, were just setting dead pull. Never really made an adjustment, and Karstens, because of that, just ate him up with that real slow stuff. That's slow curveball that he had. How many guys were like finishing one-handed swings at that thing last night? Just totally fooled. Could not stay back. They were kept trying to pull it. He recognized that early on and just tortured him with that pitch.
7 innings last night, 4 strikeouts, 7 hits. Ended up picking up the victory. His 5th. And a 1-1 coming to Ricky Weeks. In the air to left field again. Toward left center. Snyder. 2 men out. Our Day Automotive key matchup today has to do with Ryan Braun this season against left-handed pitching. A .358 hitter with 15 homers and 32 runs batted in. And this season at home, Bedard 4-4 with a .263 earned run average. Our key matchup brought to you by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Ryan Braun getting his unfriendly hello from the fans, which he's getting all over baseball this year. And pitch to him. Inside for ball 1. Braun still getting it done with the power numbers. 34 home runs. He leads the National League. 85 RBIs. Same thing. The average is a little lower than he's accustomed to, but still very good at .304. And inside on him again.
If there was a chance that the Brewers could get to the postseason, which really there's not right now, then Braun would be in the thick of that MVP talk again. Got the RBIs, got the home runs, still hitting over 300. And doing it without Prince Fielder in the lineup with him.
Yeah, he had a good season. He had a slow start coming out of spring training, but after that, really picked it up. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1. The Brewers start today 58-67, 17.5 out with 35 to play after today. 2-1. Popped him up. Foul. That will make the seats behind the first base dugout. Barajas gave it a chase. So it's 2 strikes now on Ryan Braun. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a beautiful late August afternoon in Pittsburgh today. August 26th. Another great crowd on hand. Pirates have sold out the last 2 games. Looks like they're pretty close today. Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike offering. Braun takes it high, 3-2. Pirates sold out their 15th game of the year last night. These guys have the right attire, don't they?
They are ready. And that's what's been so fun really the last 2 years, is seeing the way everybody dresses coming to the ballpark. A lot of fun to dress like a Pirate, especially for the kids. Having a little bit of a lengthy at bat. Pitch number 6. And you don't have to be a kid to dress like a Pirate.
Owning the pillbox hat doesn't hurt.
Parrot's got some nice beads there. It's good.
Payoff pitch to Ryan Braun from Bedard. And Braun trying to make him work. Pirates will be in Milwaukee on Thursday. And we'll start a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Miller Park. But the Cardinals coming in for 3 night games starting tomorrow night. Again, the 3-2. Missed. And that's ball 4. 2-out walk issued to Braun. Rivers Casino tips to win. What do you have, Bob?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about setting up the slow stuff. I mentioned earlier about Carstens, how good he was at that. That is going to be a big key, obviously, for Bedard today. And Ramirez is the guy that he's going to be most concerned about, I believe. He is hot right now. He's got a couple of, he's 2 for 2, I think, lifetime, which doesn't really mean anything. But Ramirez is going to be the key. He's got to establish the fastball inside to keep him honest, but throw the slow stuff away, get him out in front. And the second thing there about the defense, you know, for about a week there, we weren't playing too well on that road trip. A lot of defensive mishaps out there. The thing that really stuck out to me last night was how well the team played defense. Made some great plays. You mentioned that catch that guy made out there, and you know, Neil Walker, some good plays, clutch double play turn at second place. They really worked well together, everybody yesterday. And Karstens is one of those guys that works extremely fast, throws a lot of strikes. It's always been said that that's how you get the best defense played behind you. Work fast, throw a lot of strikes. Guys are on their toes. Bedard, as we know, likes to work very, very slow, very methodical. And I'd like to see what kind of effect that has on the defense today. And we'll find out if that's just an old wives' tale or if maybe it really does mean something when it comes to those guys out on the field. So those are two things we're going to keep an eye on this afternoon. The defense and the changing of the speeds, especially these big right-hand hitters like Ramirez. See if he can get him out in front. Now, that was a fastball in a little bit. He was able to, that's the kind of pitch that keeps a hitter honest. You can't get to that fastball when you're waiting on slow stuff. And that's what happened right there. Ramirez couldn't get to it. So I think what I would like Bedard to do today is like backdoor curveballs to right-handers and use that changeup really effectively after he sets it up with that fastball in. And if he can do that, I think he'll have the same success with the slow stuff that Karstens had with these right-hand hitters.
Slowing it down with the AGH can.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful to watch this afternoon. We got a bright sun shining. You can almost just sit back and count the revolutions as that ball goes on.
A ball and 2 strikes to Aramis Ramirez. 2 men out. Braun the runner at first. We're in the top of the first. Bedard, long look at Braun. Trying to catch the outside corner and missed. Braun likes to run, but Bedard seems to hold runners fairly well.
I did just paint a fastball on the outside corner and missed with it. He's not just a power guy. He can certainly steal a base.
Long way foul and out of play.
He did, you know, get the head of the bat to it, but the swing there was off balance, lunging. That's that slow stuff. He's way out in front of that. It's not a balanced swing. And that's all hitting or pitching is really is you're trying to destroy the timing of the hitters. Get them out in front, a little bit behind, keep them in the middle all the time.
The 2-2 to Aramis Ramirez. We'll get another. Bedard's had to work for these
perfect examples.
These last 2 hitters
of the last 2 pitches. He's way out in front, lunging, pulls the slow stuff foul. Comes back with a fastball, and he's just a little behind that. So he's got him caught in the middle right now.
.21 pitches for Bedard so far in the top of the first. Got Aoki and Weeks to fly out to left each.
A little throw over to first base, see what Braun's doing. Just in case that Braun was trying to take some liberties. Pitch before that, there was a big leg kick. That was a slow pitch home. Going to come with the breaking ball. See if, looks like he wants it away. Oh, 2. Threw a fastball. How about that?
Now you got
changed the signs. Well, they've changed them.
Changed them on you, Bob.
Yeah.
Eric grinning because he realizes that you got fooled.
Yeah. Change up. Unless they've really changed them.
Goes to the slide step and a ground ball to second base.
Beautifully done. Nice change up. See how off balance Ramirez was with that swing. Great job of pitching.
No score. Pirates to the plate when we come back. Bottom of the first inning, and the Toyota lineup for the Pirates is Travis Snider leading off today. Neil Walker, then Andrew McCutchen, Jones in the cleanup spot. Jeff Clement batting fifth, and Pedro Alvarez sixth. Leads the National League with 16 home runs in day games. Barajas and then Harrison in the eighth spot. Eric Bedard batting ninth against Mark Rogers.
Well, Rogers got his first W. Been plagued with injury problems, so he's a little old for his experience level.
26. Rogers was a great athlete coming out of high school in the state of Maine. Had scholarship offers to play hockey at Dartmouth and to play soccer at Duke. The brains as well. Delivers a strike.
Didn't want to be a Maine Bear.
Not a Maine Black Bear, no. But he was a lobsterman. Grew up. His dad's a lobsterman still, and grew up on a boat with his dad doing the lobster thing. And Snider to the right side, and Hart fields, tosses to Rogers, and there's one down.
Who else is out there?
Well, you've got Brian Braun in left, Carlos Gomez in center, H. Aoki in right. Ramirez and Gene Segura. Segura back there at shortstop. Started on Friday night. Jonathan Lucroy did not start last night. He is back behind the plate today, catching Mark Rogers. Neil Walker looking for a hit. Walker batting .283. Last night he walked, but he reached on an error in the fifth inning to lead off the inning. That kind of opened the door for that Pirates 4-run fifth. The error was from Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. He dropped pretty much a routine fly ball. Hit the outside of his glove, on the outside of his the pinky finger, if you will, on the glove. Walker reached base safely. And then McHenry and Karstens, along with Tabata and Snider, ended up kicking the door open, all with hits. That proved to be pretty costly. 4 unearned runs last night. And that was all it took for the Bucs to get that shutout victory. Victory number 68. 1-1 to Walker's in for a strike, 1-2. Rogers, born in Brunswick, Maine, now lives in Chandler, Arizona, out near where the Brewers train.
That's a little different area name.
Yeah, the closest thing you'll find to a lobster in Chandler is a scorpion.
Yeah, they're similar looking, aren't they?
A little smaller.
They don't taste the same.
A little deadlier. 2-2 to Walker. O'Neill hits one up in the air to short center field. Segura is out. Called off by Gomez. Makes the catch, and there are 2 away.
I never caught lobsters. Catch a couple of those scorpions though.
Yeah, I think the scorpions can be a little more challenging. McCutchen hoping to sting like one now. He went 0 for 4 last night. Unusual for him. His average has dipped down to 346. Second baseman Weeks playing right up the middle for McCutchen. A lot of room on the right side and a ton of room in the outfield too, with Aoki playing him deep in right field. Almost inviting Andrew to go the other way. 2 balls and no strikes. Most of the pitches so far, 4-seamer, 35% on the slider.
A 4-seamer is your best pitch as far as control. It's the straightest, truest to where it's going to go. You don't have to worry about movement taking it somewhere else. We've seen Charlie Morton as an example. Sometimes his ball looks like it's running about 1.5 feet, and that can be a challenge to get to end up where you want it to. But when you throw a 4-seamer, it's usually pretty straight. And that's your best shot at being able to place the ball in, out, up, way down. But then, of course, if it's straight, that's the easiest for the hitter to hit if it's right down the middle.
3-1 to Kutch. Now it's full.
If you watch the flight of his fastball, you can see it's pretty true. That it's not dipping or diving or running. I think the guy with the most movement we've seen of late was Jason Marquis. He's got a fastball that really takes off, runs in on right-handers, away from lefties.
Missed up and in. So McCutchen draws the 2-out walk.
Was trying to crowd him the whole time and couldn't get it done. That actually is a 2-seam fastball.
Great look at the grip.
We'll have to add that to his two-seam count. And we're going to get some great shots of the grips and the pitches this afternoon. And I did think, before I even saw that ball looked like it, compared to the other fastballs he threw, kind of moved in a little bit. And that's why, because it was a 2-seamer.
Pitch outside the Garrett Jones. Gene Segura, the shortstop, playing right up the middle. Ramos Ramirez basically has the left side of the infield to himself. Ricky Weeks on the right side with Hart holding on the runner McCutchen. 1-0 coming to Garrett Jones. 2-0. Lucroy needs a word with Mr. Rogers.
Trying to get him in the neighborhood of the strike zone.
Well, we could go on.
But we won't.
Pirates looking for a wonderful day and things like that. That's been done. 2-0 pitch. Now it's 3-0. Rogers a pitch away from putting 2 on with Jeff Clement on deck. Strike call, just caught the outside part of the plate. John Reddick Rickey watching on. Skipper in his second year with the Brewers. The 3-1 pitch to Jones from Mark Rogers. McCutchen will run with this next pitch.
I think he might have chased one there. Jonesy a little over anxious.
The Majestic back at work. No other site like that in baseball.
That's very unique to this ballpark.
There goes Kutch, and that's outside, ball 4. Two-out walks issued by Rogers, and the Pirates runners on first and second for Jeff Clement. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, will come out.
I did. I think with somebody that's inexperienced like this, it's very important that when you see something bothering him, the body language is not right, you go out there and try to do a little of that psychiatrist type stuff that the pitching coach has to do all the time. That's what was happening there. Rogers started stomping around behind the mound.
Tomorrow through Wednesday, the Pirates will host the Cards in a huge 3-game divisional series here at PNC Park. Let's pack the ballpark and support our Buccos in this important series in the hunt for October. Get your tickets at Pirates.com. It's the Bucs and the Cards starting tomorrow night. Big series in the Central Division. Cardinals in action right now in the third inning, scoreless with Cincinnati. Here's Jeff Clement. He's got McCutchen at second base and Jones at first. Jeff has had one at bat since returning from the minor leagues, and he is 0 for 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jeff.
Well, Rogers is a little loose, a little lost right now as far as his control. Lucroy moving on the inside. That pitch was up and away. He just doesn't have any command of that fastball at this point. Pirates need to take advantage.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Right there. Didn't look like Lucroy moved inside. Ball ended up going outside.
Clement called back Friday from Indianapolis, added to the roster, was not on the 40-man. The Pirates had 2 spots available, still have 1 left. The 1-2 pitch, and he fouls it into the glove of Lucroy and strikes out. 2 men left, no hits yet. We'll go to the second, scoreless at PNC Park.
In the world am I sitting next to a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers for a very good reason. This is Ben Rouse, who is traveling to all 162 Brewer games this year. Yes. You're a big fan, but there's something else behind it. Tell us why.
Right. In 2007, I was diagnosed with leukemia. Went into remission a year later, only to relapse a year after that. And in 2009, I needed a bone marrow transplant. We looked in the registry, 16 million people. There wasn't a single perfect match. I wound up getting a double umbilical cord stem cell transplant, so, it worked out great for me. But the fact that now there's 18 million people and there's still patients that don't have matches made me want to raise awareness for Be The Match while I'm going to all these games.
So fans can follow your progress as far as visiting ballparks through Twitter, Facebook, the internet, but are you raising awareness? Are people stopping you and saying, hey, I've read about you and I'm helping the cause?
Yeah, at home games, I go around the parking lots before the game when people are out tailgating and, hand out my business cards that I made up and ask people if they've heard about the guy, going to all the games, and then, tell them about Be The Match and why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Now, the Brewers are helping you with the ticket for all home games at Miller Park, but also on the road as well, and some per diem as far as the expenses are concerned.
Yeah, they upped my 20-game pack to a full season package and provided tickets to every away game as well as a per diem, so they're helping out.
Favorite ballpark outside of Miller?
It actually is probably PNC Park.
Don't lie.
No, I'm not. I mean, with the city in the background and everything, it's just a great park. And I'd been here 8 games before in 2006, 2008, 2010, and it's just a great place to watch a ball game.
Glad that you're in remission, and obviously for what you're doing, hope that it continues to raise awareness.
All right, thanks.
Guys, it's all yours.
What a great story.
Oh, fantastic. That is a great story.
A great story. And great, tip of the cap to the Brewers, too, for stepping up and helping him out and understanding. I mean, the Brewers Charitable Foundation, much like Pirates Charities, are very, very heavily involved in the Milwaukee community. And that's a great thing they're doing. Not a bad trip, though, huh? See 162 games.
Not too bad, for sure.
Tell you, the only thing I like about Miller Park is there are no rainouts. Got the roof.
Oh, I don't mind a rainout every now and then.
Yeah. It's part of baseball, I know, but Corey Hart struck out Jonathan Lucroy. 1 ball, no strikes. And Bedard's pitch. Just missed. Curveball again.
Much. Pretty good, didn't it?
2-0. It's 3-0. Eric wanted to call on the last pitch, but didn't get it. So now he had 3 ball, no strike out to the catcher, Jonathan Lucroy.
That one was closer than you would like to think. Because it was mishandled, made it look like it was wilder than it was.
Taking all the way, and that's strike 1. And Lucroy missed 50 games this year. Boxer's fracture in the right hand. And as a result, Martin Maldonado got a lot of catching to do. We saw Maldonado last night, a very good throwing arm he possesses. Lucroy walks. Second walk issued by Bedard. Down first base, Jonathan Lucroy. Well, we would like to say happy birthday to a pair of twins, Regina and Virginia Sabasic, big Pirate fans, watching the Bucks today in Wheeling, West Virginia. They're 84.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
And also happy birthday to the Yankovic twins, Jeannie and Virgie. So they're the same. Jeannie and Virgie, those are their nicknames. They're called the Yankovic twins. But yeah, a lot of folks watching in Wheeling and around a lot of parts of West Virginia following the Buccos. Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, runs up and takes the ball high.
Something you always have to be very aware of with the Gomez when there's a left-hander on the mound, especially that will fall off to that third baseline. He loves that bunt. He tries to push it kind of firm right at second base. I've seen him do that many times against us. Get that big space over there with the first baseman on the bag.
Strike one to Gomez. Gomez has great speed. This guy can run. He has had some issues in the past with base running mistakes. Last year kind of tested Ron Roenicke's patience. Finding himself out there more often than not in center field as opposed to Nyjer Morgan, who was their regular center fielder for a while.
He's a great defender. He made an error in last night's game. Gets the job done out in center field. He has that speed. Just needs to a little bit better with the bat. If you could get the on base percentage up there into the low to mid 300s, I think they would accept that.
Yanked foul.
Wow, a little pop in the back too. That ball went into the sweets.
A little bit behind that. It's the long and loud strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carlos Gomez.
When I saw where the ball was hit, I was looking way below where it landed, right there, where it says Pirates. Pretty close to where it hit.
Ground ball to the right side. Backhand stab by Clement. Fires to second. Harrison to return too late.
Jay Hay needed to put that one in his pocket.
Get 1 out of it. Now 2 men are out. Fielder's choice by Gomez.
With Gomez, the way he runs, you're not going to have any chance really to turn a double play. See, he's actually on the other side of the bag before that ball hit Bedard's glove. Bedard never got to the bag, and you're just taking a big chance making that throw. Ball goes straight through into that dugout. You know, now the play is wasted, and you have Gomez at second base. And just decide not to make the throw sometimes.
Gene Segura takes inside for a ball. Segura naturally a second baseman, and the Brewers trying to over on the other side of the bag. They seem to like him at short. He's done pretty well defensively for him. Offensively, still a long way to go. Just 15 games in, he's hitting 200. There are some in the organization who feel he could end up being their shortstop of the future. Runner takes off. Throw down by Barajas. Not in time. An easy steal of second base. Carlos Gomez in for the 25th time. Bedard usually holds runners pretty well.
Well, that was about as easy a steal as Gomez is going to have. Ball got there very late.
It's been one of the issues for the Pirates this year. Teams running on them. Now it's a matter of keeping them at second base, which they have done also. They've been able to keep a number of those guys that have stolen second on them right out there without letting them come around to score.
You just have to have good hitting.
And now going for third base with Alvarez playing back in 2 outs. So
good hitting with runners in scoring position numbers. You know, good numbers for a pitcher. What would you call that? Opposition? Not an opposition batting average, but yeah, it is. Opposition batting average with runners in scoring position. That's what you have to do. If you're going to give up a lot of steals, you got to really be good when they're on second and third to make up for that. And the Pirates have been able to do that for the most part this year, and it hasn't hurt them.
2-ball, 1-strike pitch to Segura. 3-1. Bedard falling behind. He's got the pitcher Rogers on deck. He'd love him to lead off next inning if he can get Segura here with 2 down. If he loses him, then he gets the pitcher and a chance to get out of the inning. Bedard ready for the 3-1. And a curveball in for strike 2. Segura thought that couldn't have possibly been a strike, but the tail of that pitch fell right in.
Where could that ball possibly been? Now, how do you think this is not a strike?
It's right down the middle. Breaking ball. And the payoff pitch now to Segura. And he got it.
Well, that might not have been a strike.
So Gomez steals 2 bases, but he's left at third. No score after an inning and a half. Potash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Neverett. Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. Take a look at our Barrel League leaders stat in the National League at third base. Ramos Ramirez leading the .974 fielding percentage. Chase Headley of San Diego and David Wright of the Mets behind him. Brian Zimmerman and David Freese on the list as well. Pedro Alvarez trying to get on that list. He is on one list. He leads National League third baseman in home runs with 23. 237 average for Pedro. Facing Mark Rogers for the first time. The Alvarez, Barajas, and Harrison. 0-1 to Pedro. Alvarez had 2 hits last night. It was 2 for 3. Single and a double. Strike 2. He watches that one catch the inside corner. Mark Rogers, 26 years of age, making his first career start against the Bucks. And he strikes out Pedro on 3 pitches. Struck out his last 2 men. Well, another season of wild and wonderful sports kicks off Tuesday with the WVU football press conference. Hear what head coach Dana Holgorsen has to say about his 2012 Mountaineers, the upcoming season opener against Marshall, and much more. Be here for the WVU football press conference every Tuesday at 1:30 on Root Sports. WVU picked highly in their new conference, the Big 12. Saw some kids here the other night with Geno Smith jerseys on. They are going to have what many people believe to be a very, very good season in Morgantown. 1-0 to Barajas. There's a strike call, 1-1.
It'll certainly be different with being in that Big 12 conference. For teams coming in and usually be interesting. Looking forward to it.
Well, moving from the Big East has been a big topic around here. Pitt is doing the same thing, leaving the Big East and heading to the ACC. 2-1. A foul ball back into the glove of Lucroy. Football season right around the corner. Pitt opening against Youngstown State September 1st. So football starting next weekend. Over here at Heinz Field. Across the way. Wish Paul Chryst and his staff a lot of luck. And Barajas down on strikes. That's 3 in a row now for Rogers.
Command was awfully shaky there in that first inning. Maybe should have got a couple of runs out of that situation, but came up empty. You never know. Sometimes a guy can get it together. There was a game earlier against the Dodgers. I think it was the Dodgers. No, it was the Reds. The guy, the right-hand pitcher that they got from San Diego, Latos.
Matt Latos.
Yeah. He had a situation against us where his control was just ferocious at maybe first 20 pitches or so, and then he got it figured out and became very tough the rest of that ball game.
3 balls, no strikes to Josh Harrison.
Somebody gives you an opportunity early, definitely want to take advantage of it. I mean, almost everybody has strong team numbers when they score first, and I don't even really understand why that's so important in baseball. I don't know if there's actually a reason for it, but you won't find very many baseball teams with poor records when they score first.
Pirates, when they score first, are 37-12. Problem is they've only scored first 4 times in the first 23 games this month. You'd think, you know, hockey, that's a big one when you score first. Football,
any sport where there's a clock, you know, that makes you maybe have to change what you're doing because you got to catch up before you run out of time. But that's not necessarily true in baseball. There's no clock.
No.
So I mean, you keep hitting, you keep hitting, but for some reason, I mean, that is not out of the ordinary. What you just said about the Pirates, to see that in baseball teams, and I've never really understood exactly what that's all about. Why is it so difficult to win a ball game if somebody scores a run before you do?
Segura picks it up, but Harrison beats it out, and a base hit. That's the first hit for either team in this ball game.
He had to go a long ways up the middle. You know, all those steps we just saw him take. Well, Jayhay's doing the same thing going down the line. And that really was the whole deal there. Segura had to go so far before he got to that ball.
Eric Bedard takes high for a ball.
Yeah, we're close into an hour into this game. We got our first hit.
Yeah,
but it's just the second inning.
It's the second inning. Got any on pace numbers for us?
No, it'll pick up. It's got to pick up.
In that 19-inning game last Sunday in St. Louis, there came a point where Eric Bedard went and put his knee brace on, and he was going to be used to hit in an extreme emergency. He was told to be prepared just in case. So he went up to the clubhouse, put his knee brace on in case he get into the ball game. I asked him about it. He said, well, he didn't think he'd get in, but he had to be ready just in case, the way that it was an all hands on deck kind of game. He just never knew. Clint Hurdle was joking about him a couple days ago, saying he's been the hottest hitting pitcher lately. Two balls and a strike. Bedard had his first career double this year. The last homestand. Mark Rogers delivers. It's low, 3-1.
If you look at his spray chart of his hits, they're all pretty much clustered in one spot.
Yeah, down third.
Yeah.
If he can get it over the third baseman's head, he's got a hit.
Yeah. That's his spot.
Don't think he'll be swinging here. And now it's a full count. Bedard trying to get on base any way he can. Yeah, that's the area Bedard likes to hit in, where Ramos Ramirez is vacated. Runner goes, and Bedard slaps it foul.
Nice play up on the club level. Snag that line drive.
And over the course of the season, we see some pretty impressive stuff from the fans in terms of catching foul balls. You know, we see some pretty bad stuff too. Some good stuff.
Barehanded.
Yeah. Payoff pitch to Eric Bedard. To the left side, Segura charging, throws, and safe is Bedard. Ball popped out of Hart's glove, and down to third goes Harrison. Well, the enormous force with which Eric ran down to first caused that ball to pop out of Hart's glove.
Well, Segura's got to make a better throw than that also. It's lucky that Hart's over there with that big wingspan. Look how far offline that throw was. Look at that. The base is not even in the picture. That's how wild that was. Tag, and the ball comes out.
Error charged on Corey Hart. 2 on and 2 out, and back to the top of the order, Travis Snider. Pirates a man 90 feet away, and Josh Harrison.
I would have to disagree with that. I think with the pitcher running, you better make a better throw to first base than that.
You give the error to Segura.
Oh, in a second. Or a short.
Yeah, short. I know what you're saying. Who's on first? That guy. There's your shortstop. 2-0. Snider's done a pretty good job since arriving on the scene in the trade from Toronto, the only organization he ever knew. Brad Lincoln going the other way for Snider. He is 0 for 1 today. Came in hitting .304. Harrison off of third base and Bedard off of first. 2 men out. The 2-1 pitch to Snider. 2-2. The inside corner.
Pirates did a good job of taking advantage of the Brewers when they messed the balls up yesterday. This is one of those situations. They've thrown the door open now. There's an opportunity to do something with it. Snider has to come up with a big 2-out RBI hit. Or maybe it'll be Walker if Snider doesn't get anything to hit.
Neil Walker on deck. And Erik Bedard at first will have to take off on this 3-2 pitch. See what kind of jump he gets.
Hopefully not a real good one.
This one hit high in the air to right field. Going back, Aoki to the track. And Aoki will make the catch. Pirates will strand 2. Harrison has the only hit of the ball game so far.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Snyder's catch yesterday off the bat of Ryan Braun in the first inning. Certainly a highlight of the game yesterday. Almost had another highlight. No score. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. How come he's not behind a camera today? One of the best dancing cameramen we have at PNC Park.
Oh, that's for sure. That hands down.
Off day, what does he do? Comes to the ballpark. That's dedication.
I'll bet you he's going to have to take some pictures too, but he'll be behind the camera a little bit today.
Mark Rogers leads off against Erik Bedard. Takes ball 1.
Snapshots.
Amazing. Some of the Gypsies and Carnies get the day off. Here's Bedard's 1-0. Strike call to Rogers. Well, the Pirates have had some luck in day games, especially at home. 27-16 in games played under the sun. 14-7 at PNC Park. 1-2. Now, Rogers, don't know if he's a terrific hitter or not. He does have a decent average, but very limited. 222 is average right now. As I mentioned earlier, he's a very good athlete. Could have played hockey in college, could have played soccer in college. Had scholarship offers at 2 prestigious institutions to play either one. Tough play for Alvarez, but he gets it. Pedro Alvarez with a strong running throw. And he retires the pitcher, Mark Rogers. 1 gone in the Milwaukee 3rd.
Very good play. Playing fairly deep back behind the back, so he had a long ways to come. And there's the good, accurate throw. And gets the pitcher by a step and a half.
The throw to Jeff Clement, making his first start for for the Pirates since the 2010 season. He was the opening day starter at first base. A converted catcher. Norichika Aoki trying to go the other way and slaps it foul into the second deck. Aoki for years played for the Yakult Swallows in the Central League in Japan, 2004 to 2011. Hit a career best 358 in 2010 there. Played in all 144 games. And he was an Ironman type of player. Usually would play 143, 144 games a year. Signed with the Brewers this offseason. Becoming the 6th player born in Japan to play for the Brewers. Hideo Nomo, Max Suzuki, Takahito Nomura, Tomaoka, and Takashi Saito all have been with the Brewers.
Brewers bringing in Ramos Ramirez, Aoki, trying to replace the offense that they knew where they were going to lose with Prince Fielder, but their weakness turned out to be pitching.
Pedro throws out Aoki. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to take advantage of new low pricing and see every remaining Pirates out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Get it on your iPad, your iPhone. We just got some new phones, Bob and I did, and we watched MLB.tv on that the other day. It looks really good.
Sure does. It's great. I had it going during the game yesterday. Radio.
Yeah, everybody heard.
Yeah, I had to turn it off for a second there. Got a little.
Hey, you're driving the radio engineer crazy.
Well, you and Steve were drowning out Brownie. I had to turn it off. And when you showed us over in the booth, and I was holding my phone, that's what I was trying to explain to Brownie. That's where that noise was coming from. But he was in. Of course, he knew that.
1-1 to Ricky Weeks. There are so many ways to watch games now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Bedard's 1-1 to Weeks, the second baseman.
I prefer the 60-inch flat screen myself.
Really? Yeah, but that's kind of hard to take on the bus and on the plane with you.
I usually.
You could bring it with you, but it'd be, you'd have to hire somebody to carry it. Strike 2 to Weeks. So what's he going to end up using when he gets older? What kind of device is he going to be able
like
to use?
Holograms, just like it'll be just floating out in front of him.
Might be in the top of his cup right there. To be able to look down and see it. Who knows what technology awaits a youngster like that. Stuff we have today is amazing.
I think it could be some kind of eyeglasses that you put on and it shows you.
Ball toward the middle. Walker on the shortstop side. Throws him out. Walker showing some good range. Taking the middle away for sure. On a beautiful day in Pittsburgh, we're scoreless at PNC Park. Tash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Never. No score, just one hit in the ball game. It belongs to Josh Harrison. Take a look at our AGH injury update. Jeff Karstens had a right groin injury in last night's game. Day to day, he was actually running outside the stadium today. And looks like he'll make his next start. And Jose Tabata, left groin discomfort last night, and he's okay today and available to pinch hit. So those two available, not going on the disabled list. On the disabled list today, Chad Qualls. Inflammation of his left big toe. He's gone on the 15-day DL, and that opened up a spot for Hisanori Takahashi.
Look at all the boats out there today on the river. It's getting toward the latter part of summer. Everybody.
One last time on the river.
There's the roster move.
So Takahashi is here wearing number 41.
And the retro of the big toe. Ryan.
That's right. Retro back to August 25th. A whole day. Nobody out, and the pitch coming to Walker. Ball strike one. 1-1. Now those shots we're getting from the other side of the river, just beautiful today.
And I think folks trying to take advantage of this late August, get out on the river, use those boats a few more time. Absolutely a gorgeous afternoon. There they are over on that parking structure. It's a long ways over there.
Yeah. Long way to carry a camera for Terry.
It's incredible how many boats there are. From where we're sitting, we can't see the river real close to us. Oh, there's a jet ski platoon going up there to the right.
A little convoy.
Look at that. It is crowded out there. Ducks, geese,
kayaks.
Oh, what a fun day. Now those kayaks, you can actually rent those right underneath the Clementi Bridge.
Down to Corey Hart. Walker is out. One out for the Pirates in their half of the third inning.
Heinz Field. It's going to be getting busy soon. Road Sports Building right next door. Keep sweeping along. And there we are. Wave, Tim.
You can see us, right?
Yeah.
No, they can't see us. Strike to Andrew McCutchen. He walked his first time up.
Rogers has not been really efficient with his pitches, that's for sure. He's given up one hit, no runs. But he's thrown 58 pitches already. He's going to be well into the 60s by the time he gets out of the third. So he might not make it very deep in the game regardless of what the scoreboard says.
Says nothing for either team at this point. It's up high, 3-1. He's had a lot of 3-ball counts. Rogers is ready to go, and the 3-1 delivery to McCutchen is in there for a called strike. Pirates making him work. Another full count.
A lot of fastballs today, almost 80%.
This is the 6th time he has had a batter in a full count.
You would think with all of those fastballs, his control would be better than it's been. And he wouldn't have that pitch count elevated.
Pitches, 78% fastballs.
You're trying to pitch him in?
I think so. That's the plan anyway. And wave and a miss off speed. And McCutchen down on strikes, something that we are alarmingly seeing more often in the last week or so.
And the whole team seems to have caught the strikeout bug lately. There's the breaking ball. Look at the spin. It's going in there like a Big Ben pass, isn't it? Got that spiral rotation.
Now the Brewers pitching staff is averaging 8.5 strikeouts a game. They've got to average 9 a game the rest of the way to get to a record. They're looking to match the 2003 Cubs, who as a pitching staff struck out 1,404. Going into the game today, Brewers pitchers had struck out 1,078 opposing hitters. Up to 1,082 with the 4 strikeouts that have been registered by Rogers today. On pace, they're on pace for about 1,400, a little fewer than 1,400, but they might not catch the 2003 Cubs, but they'll be close. 2 outs, base is empty. Put you inside the Garrett Jones. 2-2 is the count. Pirates will take some instant offense, anything at this point. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score. St. Louis, incidentally, leading Cincinnati 5-0 in the top of the 6th in Cincinnati. Jones hits this one well to the gap in left center field, tailing away from Gomez. He won't get it. It's into the north side notch. And Garrett Jones has his first extra base hit today. His 23rd double. And the Pirates with a runner in scoring position with 2 men out.
Jonesy has probably been the most consistent offensive player we've had of late. He takes a pitch that's away. That might even been a little off the plate. He doesn't try to pull it. Takes it into that gap, so he gets the ball in the air, and with his strength, it's extra bases.
Jeff Clement 0 for 1, struck out. Got a foul tip back into the glove of Lucroy to end the 1st inning. I've seen Rogers once already. 2nd time around, he takes a strike. Now his name is pronounced Clement, not Clement. Like the former Cub and Padre pitcher who lives in Butler. That's Matt. But Jeff goes by Clement. Pride of Marshalltown, Iowa. In a game a couple of years ago in St. Louis, an Iowa native, Tim McClellan, was behind the plate. Clement actually got hit in the foot by a pitch. Turned around and said, excuse me, that hit me. McClellan said, you're a tough Iowa guy. Stay in there and hit. Pirates were down 6-1 at the time. 2 pitches later, he put one in the bullpen for a home run. So he was glad he didn't take first base on a hit by pitch.
McClellan knew what he was talking about.
He did. He knew he was hit, but he wanted the fellow Iowan to have a chance to get a hit. Up in the air to left field. Ryan Braun will by the line and make the catch. And the Pirates are retired after 3 innings. No score on the North Shore.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin mattress stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
No score. Top of the 4th inning. Sun-splashed Sunday afternoon. Late August here. High fives all the way around. Another one. Bedard facing Ryan Braun to start the inning. Pitch inside for a ball. Braun walked with 2 outs in the first. Big numbers again offensively. 34 home runs. 85 runs batted in. The pitch. Popped him up. Shallow center. In comes McCutchen. Can of corn for him, and there's one down. Our AT&T Mobility trivia question this afternoon. Make you think, who was the last Pirates position player to pitch in a game? Wheels are turning in Robert's head over here. Who's the last Pirates position player to pitch in a game? I'll give you the answer next half inning.
I'll have to think about that one a little bit.
Ramos Ramirez pulls this one foul for strike one.
Now, the only one that comes real quick to mind would have been John Cangelosi, but that was a long, long time ago. I would think somebody would have done it since then. That had to be back early 90s, maybe even late 80s.
Number out in front of the plate. Barajas hops on it. Fires it down to Clement. 2 gone. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's one of those where you start thinking, I don't know. I don't want to look it up because
cheating.
It's cheating.
What's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
But
anybody can look it up.
Start thinking about it. Here's Corey Hart at the plate. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Hart had a 9-game hitting streak going into last night's game. Took an 0 for 4. Oh, and 1 to Hart. Now it's 0-2 quickly. This is something Bedard could use, a quick inning. Got Braun to fly to center, Ramirez to tap out to the catcher Barajas. Doesn't necessarily have to get hard on this pitch, but it wouldn't hurt.
We're talking very first inning about the River Casino tips, about the defense was so good last night. What kind of defense would you get today with Bedard being much more deliberate and slower than Karstens? So far there's been some decent plays on defense being made. Alvarez hit a nice play early. Mark gets just right by Alvarez.
So a base hit for Corey Hart. 2 outs single.
Walker made a nice play coming over on the shortstop side to second base. There's been a couple of above average defensive plays so far for the Pirates. Well, I've always heard that players say, oh, it's a lot easier to play defense in front of somebody that works real quick. You're more on your toes. But I've always wondered, is that just a saying, or is it actually some truth to that you can look at on paper and see where guys play better defense? I don't know if anybody has ever tried to make that kind of a study.
don't think you broke any land speed records when you worked, did you?
You know, I think I might have worked.
Lucroy a base hit to right field. So two out singles.
You know, I don't think I took a long time in between pitches, but I threw a lot of balls. So there were a lot of deep counts. My games weren't very quick because of that. But they weren't, you know, they weren't really all that slow. The problem was back then the games were generally much faster. So if you had a 2:45 game, it was considered to be on the slow side, where nowadays that's not slow at all. A little obstacle course out there for Majestic.
Huh.
I guess you need to leave a little bit of a pathway out there for barges and things of that nature. Look at that. That is a
threading the needle.
Traffic jam out there.
Carlos Gomez at the plate.
You have to have good control as a captain of a ship, just like a pitcher. Got to have command.
This one's drilled deep to left field. Back goes Snyder. This ball's gone. A 3-run home run for Carlos Gomez, and the Brewers break the ice as Gomez flying around the bases. His 13th home run of the year.
Yeah, he showed a little pop in the bat that first time. I remember the long foul ball he hit. Kind of surprised me how far he hit the ball. Not realizing that he had that kind of pop. But here he gets out to the deep part of the ballpark where you feel better about the fly balls going. But it didn't make any difference. He got that right on the screws, head down, right on the ball. Breaking pitch coming down and into him, and he certainly wasn't out in front of that.
Boy, oh boy, that's the tough thing, though. 2 outs and 3 straight hits with 2 outs and a 3-run homer. That's not good.
And that one well over the fence. I didn't realize that until the replay. That got back by that second railing behind the seats.
Segura ground ball to short. Harrison throws him out. 3 runs come in on the 3-run homer by Gomez, all with 2 men out. Pirates a game back of St. Louis in third place, and a game out of the wild card. Los Angeles a half game out, and depending on how they continue to go back and forth with San Francisco. San Francisco's got a 2-game lead over them to start the day, but Giants have also been pretty hot, winning 7 of the last 10. As often as we now check those wild card standings, being in late August, I think that second wild card is going to be pretty interesting this year. Maybe more interesting than some had thought. Even the wild card originally drew a lot of negative comments, but the response has been tremendous. And now adding a second wild card team in each league gives more cities an opportunity to have meaningful games played in their ballparks in September, late in the year. Think about that last homestand where the Pirates will play Cincinnati and then finish up with 3 against the Braves. What if it comes down to one of those 2 series for either the division or the wild card? You want to have those meaningful games that time of the year. So buckle up. Could be fun down the stretch.
Definitely going to have to watch a number of different teams. St. Louis right now, but what's LA going to be doing? San Francisco, Atlanta.
Pedro strikes out again.
This game is taking a pretty good turn for the worst. Time to answer our trivia question. Last position player. Was there somebody from maybe about 4 or 5 years ago here?
Abraham Nunez.
No, not 4 or 5 years ago.
Now, if you got that one, you are a diehard. If you got this answer right, May 30th, 2004.
You know, I swear Nunez came to my mind, but I couldn't think of ever seeing him pitch, because what I started doing is I was trying to think of the guys that were on the team over the last, say, dozen years that would maybe have a chance to do that, and that was a name that came to my mind, kind of, like Cangelosi, somebody that would go out there and give it a whirl. Most of the time it's not going to be a star type player. You don't ever want to take a chance of hurting somebody's arm. It's a star guy. It'll always kind of be a utility type player. And I was thinking Nunez, but I'm like, I can't ever remember that. But there it is. That file up there in my computer had been deleted apparently. Somebody has been hitting more and more delete buttons. I don't know what it is. A lot of files I can't find anymore.
He's trying to create a lot of empty space. Up in the air to shallow center. Barajas is out.
I wonder how many gigabytes of memory you're allotted in your life.
Well, I hope there are terabytes, not gigabytes.
Oh,
I'd rather have a terabyte. Then you can hold a lot more in there. Get a gigabyte, it's okay. But
it's all about speed of retrieval too.
True. If you get a megabyte, that's nothing these days. Megabyte used to be important, but not anymore. But you want to have a terabyte up there, at least one.
The problem with mine is the retrieval system is broke down.
Harrison 1 for 1 today.
On the way home today, I'll remember something that somebody asked me a week ago. It'll just pop in my mind. It's about the way it usually goes.
Kerwin Danley calling time. Ball and a strike to Jay Hay. Eric Bedard and the on-deck circle. Mark Rogers came into the game 1-1. ERA over 5. So far hasn't given up more than a double today. Just 2 hits. One from Harrison and a double last inning by Jones.
Rogers looking for just his second major league win this afternoon.
Might be one of those big innings again, like last night. Pirates had 4 in the 5th. Might take one of those type of innings. 42% of the time going to the four-seamer with 2 strikes. Peek at the pitch arsenal of Mark Rogers.
The fastball count, though, taken together, is still way, way up there. Well, that's with 2 strikes. So it's not the whole time.
2 strikes only.
He does seem to mix in a couple extra breaking balls once he gets to 2 strikes as he goes for a strikeout pitch.
7th time he's been in a full count on a hitter. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Josh Harrison. And Rogers kicks and delivers home. And that is a base hit. And Harrison is 2 for 2. 2-out single again for Harrison.
Fastball inside, and he just turned on it. You would think you could, after that little cluster that he had away, you could throw one up and in and maybe get him on the label. But Jay Hay able to get the head of the bat to that inside pitch.
Bedard takes strike 1. Eric reached on an error by Corey Hart in the 2nd inning. Eric's batting average at 111. Well, he's not all that concerned about that. Now, if you're a hitter, you want to stay over 2. If you're a pitcher, you want to stay over 1, don't you? At least 100.
I'd push those up 100 points. If you're a hitter, you want to stay over 3. And if you're a pitcher, you want to stay over 2. I mean, that's to me, that's always been the mark of a good hitter or a good hitting pitcher. Good hitting pitcher's over 2, a good hitter's over 3.
Ground ball to short. Gene Segura for Eric Bedard, and the Pirates will leave another base runner. We're through 4 full at PNC Park on a Sunday afternoon. It's a 3-0 Brewer lead.
Park, and Greg Brown mentioned this on Friday night. Tim Neverett actually talked about it on Saturday. We're going to make it 3 for 3, but we're going to add a little something. Aramis Ramirez, Ryan Braun, and Corey Hart all have a chance to lead the National League in extra base hits. 1, 2, 3. 3 players from the same team. Now, that has not been done since the 1960 Yankees. Now, Tim and Bob, it has been done here in Pittsburgh. Can you guess when?
That's a good question.
It's been a while.
We were all triviated out after the Abraham Nunez question.
Yeah, if you're tapped out,
I'm going to say let me guess here for a second.
You want a lifeline? Do you want to call
him on the spot?
No, I'm trying to think of what 3 players would do it. We'll have to throw in, let's say, pipe trainer. I got one of them.
Oh,
I'll stop now then.
All right. What do you got?
1882, the Pittsburgh Alleghenies. Mike Mansell, Billy Taylor, and Ed Swartwood.
Swartwood, that was the one I couldn't get. That was the one
I thought, yeah, you know.
I didn't have that on the, I was thinking then.
If I gave you that, the other two would have come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have had it then.
Somehow I don't.
The Alleghenies.
I don't believe you.
Oh, no, I had it. It was back there.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking if it had to be
I had deleted that
1800s,
one. Yeah.
had to have some name like Catfish or
Swartwood.
yeah, something Swartwood or something like that. But the last three guys to do it in baseball: 1960 Yankees, Mantle, Maris, and Skowron. Pretty good team they had in 1960. A little short, however, to the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's to the gap, and that's going to roll. And the pitcher, Rogers, is heading to second base for his second major league double. I guess he can swing the bat.
Might get the bullpen up, down by 3, and you give up a leadoff double to your opposite. Rogers is a big, strong guy. It's surprising that he can drive a ball into a gap like that.
And the bullpen will start to scramble for the Pirates as they get another runner in scoring position. Nobody out. The leadoff man, Norichika Aoki, at the plate.
Watch for the bunt base hit here, or the attempt. Wants to try to move Rogers to third, even if he makes an out. He'll be looking to pull, or that's why I thought he might try and lay one down, even if he gets thrown out. It probably won't even get in the bat for it. Give him a sacrifice.
On the corner. One ball and one strike. Kevin for the Pirates. Comes the 1-1 to Aoki. Takes inside that time. Aoki likes the inside out, likes to slap it too to left field. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to third, fly to left. Eric Bedard on the ropes right now, top of the 5th. Nobody out. Runner at second, and a 3-0 Brewer lead. Carlos Gomez 3-run homer with 2 outs in the 4th. The difference.
Where's he get his hits at? Oh, there you go. Right up through the middle and the right field.
They seem to pull more than he pushes, but still 27 to left.
Likes to pull the ball. That surprised me a little bit. He has that slap to left looking swing.
To left field. That ball will be foul. He's trying to poke it over there.
Well, if he pokes it to third or short, that's not going to get the job done. What he should be trying to do. Got 2 strikes, too late to try and beat out a bunt. Needs to be trying to pull the ball. But I guess if he slaps a base hit, it doesn't matter.
To the right side, and Walker throws him out. That does get the runner over.
That's what he was wanting to do right there. Get the runner over, get the ball on the ground. I think you could even make up on our crowd mic. You could hear somebody in that Brewer bench yelling at him, that a way to go right about now. Actually, he's running down the line. They're just happy to see him move the runner. That's the things you have to do to winning type baseball, little things like that. I mean, you can see he's getting some high fives. Guys saying, hey, good job. All because he grounded out. It's important the direction he hit that ground ball as much as anything else.
So this brings the Pirate infield in. On the grass on the right side. even with the bag on the left side for Ricky Weeks.
He has a hard time with the strikeouts. And that's what you're looking for, but that's definitely not a strikeout.
Base hit to center. That'll score Rogers. It is now 4-0 Milwaukee. Weeks didn't waste any time. First pitch.
Yep, a little bit off the end of the bat. That's why it was hit so softly.
Ray Searage back out to talk with Eric Bedard.
This is just to make sure Correa gets a few more tosses in, I believe. I don't know if Bedard's going to be allowed to face Ramirez. He's had success against Braun.
This is a time where the Pirates need to try to bear down, shut things down here. It's been difficult for whatever reason. The bats have been slow to get working this afternoon.
And they have to score at least 5 runs now to win this ball game. That's if the Pirates put zeros up the rest of the way. So they already got a pretty good hill to climb.
Ryan Braun at the plate, 0 for 1. He walked his first time up, flying to center in the 4th. Popped up again on the right. Will it have enough to get into the dugout or over the dugout? Over the dugout. Strike 1 to Braun.
Braun's been getting under a lot. Young man there got a nice rebound. Got a nice play off a deflection.
First, and Weeks is back. Weeks has stolen 8 bases.
Just as Bedard has 2 deliveries to the plate, he's got the leg kick, he's got the slide step. He'll do the same thing on his pickoff throws. Occasionally the big leg kick, and then he'll go over there, or he'll try and be quick, like on that last one. Actually, a slide step to first. Well, Weeks has seen them both.
Nothing to 1 to Ryan Braun. Braun waits for the Bedard delivery. Looking over at Ricky Weeks. In the pitch, and Braun hits
Foul
one
ball, please.
high and deep to left, and this one is foul.
Oh, that one didn't even have the distance. I thought that was hit a lot further than that.
Just an impressive foul ball.
Yeah, that's just a high fly. That would have been fair. I think it would have been an out. What was it, 325 down the line, right? I think that was about 321.
Wouldn't have made it.
What a beautiful shot that is, right down the foul line. I like that. Great looks at this ballpark all the time. Great camera locations. In the AGH camp.
Strike 2.
Strike 3.
Oh, 3. Yeah, he looked at it.
Right there. And Bedard will pitch to Ramirez.
So he strikes out Braun looking. Five out of 10 in the series, though. Ramos Ramirez had 3 hits last night, 2 hits in Game 1 Friday.
Coming into this ball game, Ramos was 2 for 2. His previous couple of bats versus Eric.
high for a ball. And it's 2-0.
Got him earlier with a changeup. That's what that pitch was supposed to be, but it was a lot slower than his normal changeup. 74 mile an hour. But you think it was a breaking ball? Perhaps it just did not break.
To center field and deep. Back goes McCutchen to the track, and McCutchen watches this one go out. A home run for Aramis Ramirez. It's now 6-0.
Ramirez got one more shot at Bedard, and he made it count.
Eric Bedard has seen better afternoons at PNC Park. Clint Hurdle's coming out to get him. Well, Kevin Correa is coming in as Aramis Ramirez knocks his 18th out of the yard. Home runs number 18 in total for him, and RBIs 76 and 77.
Aramis Ramirez getting a little older, but he's still got pretty good power. Took that, I think that was an off-speed pitch. Took it to dead center.
Ramirez chases the starter Bedard. Correa comes in. 6-0 Brewers.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
Kevin Correa to face Corey Hart. 3 runs in this inning. A double by the pitcher Rogers. Weeks drove him in with an RBI base hit, and then Ramirez the 2-run homer. And Correa takes over for Eric Bedard, who's on the hook right now after giving up 6 earned runs. So 4 2/3 innings for Bedard. And Correa facing Corey Hart with a 1-1 count. 1-2 now. 84 pitches for Bedard, 57 strikes. So we didn't get to the 100 pitch mark. He didn't get to the 6 inning mark. These are kind of the benchmarks for Bedard in his starts. 6 innings, maybe 7. If he gets into the 7th under 100 pitches, he's had an efficient game. But not the case today. Pirates still have half the game to work with, but they're down 6-0. That coupled with St. Louis leading Cincinnati 7-2 in the 7th inning.
Not a good afternoon. You look at the scoreboard and then you look at the out-of-town scores.
Full count to Hart. Ground ball to the right side. Walker can't get it. And a base hit for Corey Hart. That's his second hit of the game. 2 for 3.
Neil cheating quite a bit up the middle. A long way to go to get that ball. Really wasn't hit that far toward the hole, but sometimes you play up the middle, you take away a lot of balls that you would think are base hits. Every now and then somebody crosses you up.
Jonathan Lucroy, he singled and scored in the 4th. So 3 runs in the 4th for the Brewers and 3 runs here in the 5th. 2 men out, and Hart the man aboard. Pitch to Lucroy is inside. Hart off of first, and Correa set. One of those in the dirt. The dog days have been dogging the Pirates here in August.
It's going to turn out to be one of the longer games, 9-inning games of the year.
Well, that goes without saying. We're already at the 2-hour mark. We're not halfway through. And a base hit to right field. Lucroy's got himself another single. He's 2 for 2. Hart will go all the way to third. Throw goes to third. Lucroy stays at first. So runners at the corners and 2 men out. And Carlos Gomez back up with 2 on. Same situation in the 4th inning for him.
Just a ground ball, but well placed. You can see in the contact of that bat that actually was in on him a little bit. Kind of surprised to see Hart go to third base on that with 2 outs. Alvarez tried a little hit ball trick on him there too. We didn't get to see that part.
Gomez to center field. And going back, McCutchen has got room. Make the catch there. 3 more runs come in for the Brewers. A 2-run home run by Aramis Ramirez. And it's a 6-0 Milwaukee lead. Saturday, September 8th at 7:05. Stay after the game as Zambelli fireworks light up the Pittsburgh skyline thanks to Yuengling Brewery. It's also an Eden Park Scratch and Win Saturday where all fans receive a scratch card good for prizes from Eden Park. For tickets, visit Pirates.com. Looking at games in September, just around the corner. Almost an autumn-like shot there. A bit of the breeze. Late summer in Pittsburgh. And the rookie Mark Rogers has been spotted to a 6-run lead as he takes the hill in the bottom of the 5th, facing the top of the order. And Travis Snider looks at a ball in the dirt. Snider is 0 for 2. He grounded to Corey Hart at first base in the 1st and then flying to right field in the 2nd inning. 1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Snider playing left field today. Went over to left field in the game late in last night's game after Tabata came out. Starling Marte still on the shelf, by the way. 15-day disabled list. I ran into Starling today and asked him how his side was feeling. He's got the oblique injury. He said not particularly perfect yet. Snider draws the leadoff walk. Marte says he'll be back soon, but he is not 100%. He has been doing some baseball activities out here on the field prior to games, but not ready to get back in there at full speed yet.
How about Rogers? He's got a 6-run lead. He's got to get to the 5th inning to get a win. And he throws 4 straight balls to start the inning off. Yeah. He just makes you scratch your head, doesn't it?
It does. Maybe the Pirates can kick open a door, get on the board. LeBron going back.
LeBron's a pretty good left fielder.
He retires Walker, and Walker is now 0 for 3.
He'll get that ball over the fence most of the time with him out there. Wasn't much as a third baseman that first year in the big leagues, but he's turned himself into a pretty good defensive player on the left.
Andrew McCutchen looking for a hit. 0 for 1 with a walk. Snider, the leadoff man, is at first, and McCutchen at the plate with 1 out.
Another thing that Rogers needs to concern himself with is that he's getting real close to 100 pitches right now. This is going to be number 97. And he needs to, if he wants to pitch, say, more than this inning and maybe pitch the 6th too, he has to use this big lead to his advantage as far as being able to be real aggressive in the strike zone, not worrying too much about, say, somebody hit one out of the ballpark, anything like that. His biggest enemy right now is the base on balls. And we saw that in the bottom of the 9th the other night, Friday night
with John Axford.
Yeah, the Brewers had a 3-run lead. Their biggest enemy was the base on balls, and he provided that and put the Pirates right in the ball game where they had the tying run at 2nd.
McCutchen fouls that one almost back up here
with 2 outs. The scoreboard dictates exactly what your strategy should be when you go out on that mound. And when it's 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th, you better get real aggressive throwing strikes.
So Manny Parr out there loosening up. Lee Tunnell out there in the bullpen with him. Tunnell Bucko.
And that's why there's that old saying in baseball: when you fall behind, okay, everybody has to take a strike. And the reason you do that is you don't swing until it's strike 1 in case that pitcher is dumb enough to get wild on you and start walking. And that's why that saying came about. Okay, you got to take a strike. You're behind. You got to take a strike. Behind by a bunch, like 6 runs.
6 runs, for example. Yeah.
So, well, you hope that pitcher is going to be wild, so you can get a couple of walks, and somebody gets a big hit, and you can get back into a ball game.
McCutchen toward the middle is slowed down. Weeks steps on the bag for 1, and McCutchen pounds his helmet down in frustration. An inning-ending double play. 6-0 Brewers. Coors Light freeze can. Watch Corey Hart's glove on Eric Bedard. See where the ball is in the webbing. Right there, tags him, and maybe is he out? No, because the ball comes out. That is the Coors Light freeze can, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. But even though Hart was charged with an error, still zeros across for the Pirates. Haven't been able to get the bats going. The Brewers, however, have been. That ball gets past Garrett Jones, and Segura's not going to stop at second. He's heading for third base. The leadoff man is at third, and it scored a triple for Segura, his first.
Jonesy committed to trying to cut that ball off, and once he didn't, then that opens up the triple. Because now he has to run past, come to a stop, turn around, go back, pick up the ball. Segura, who's a fast guy, is picking him up and putting him down that whole time. He gets 3.
Infield is in, and Travis Ishikawa, the pinch hitter for Mark Rogers. Rogers is out. Ishikawa came in this role last night, got a base hit in the 8th. In the 6th, he got a base hit. Niger Morgan came on in the 8th in that spot and got a hit. So Rogers' day is done. He got past the requisite 5 innings to qualify and
to put up 5 zeros. It was a struggle for him. His control just never allowed him to, I think, feel at ease out there. Had to throw, got into the high pitch count. But he got a nice down payment on his second big league win, that's for sure.
Ishikawa fouls this one back, going after the 3-0 pitch.
He's got nice physical skills, good arm. If he does refine the control to where he's throwing a few more strikes and not having to work so hard out there, then he might have a keeper.
They gave up just the 3 hits.
And that's what they really need in Milwaukee. They need pitching.
Well, they recently released left-hander Randy Wolf, the veteran. Makes way for a guy like Rogers.
Traded Greinke. Opens up another spot. They try and rebuild that starting rotation. Their bullpen has been rather iffy. Closer has an ERA in the 5s. Their setup man has an ERA in the 5s.
Well, Correa walks Ishikawa, so with nobody out, runners on the corners, and the Brewers setting up shop, and it's not a friendly place right now for the Pirates. A beautiful picture there. Be better if the score was better, but that's a great shot from across the river. Segura is the runner at third base, and now Ishikawa at first. Aoki pops this one back and out of play for strike 1. Aoki on the Olympic team and the World Baseball Classic team for Japan, representing his country.
2-time defending champion.
Yeah, that's coming up again this spring.
Japan, first 2. What would you call that? First 2 tournaments, I guess. I was going to say season, but that definitely is not. The first 2 tournaments, Japan has won them both.
Sun's come out. And, Aoki to left field. Snyder back. Segura will tag at third. Throw goes into second base to keep the force play on. Runner scores. It's now 7-0. Sacrifice fly by Aoki and an RBI.
does his job. You know, I think when that really started, I think most people thought, well, if the USA doesn't win it, it would have to be Cuba. A little boating, but it's been Japan. They've taken the first two and made a statement that they play pretty good baseball over there.
Well, they don't play a power game like we do in the United States. You know, you're going to have your power hitters. They play for a run at a time. That's why Japanese style is a lot of bunting, a lot of station to station stuff, a lot of manufacturing of runs. That's why Aoki is pretty good for the Brewers at the top of the order, because he comes up in this situation late in the ball game. He can get a guy in. His last at bat in the 5th, it was about station to station baseball. Moved a guy from second to third with a ground ball to the right side. All those things that they work on time and time again.
Fundamentally sound.
Weeks, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weeks had an RBI single in the 5th. 1 for 3. And a ground ball is short. Harrison flips to Walker for 1. Too late to turn 2. 2 men out. Weeks reaching on the fielder's choice. Play just too slow in developing between Harrison and Walker to get 2.
Weeks, good speed. Oh, driven straight down off the plate. Get that first high chop. That took a lot of time off the clock.
Rookie Weeks well over the first base bag by the time the ball arrived.
Foot had already come off the bag on the other side.
Ryan Braun at the plate. And that pitch outside, a breaking ball from Correa. Correa's given up a run this inning. Leadoff triple by Gene Segura. He was driven in by Aoki's sacrifice fly to left field. Right at Walker. He'll flip to Josh Harrison. They'll get the 3rd out there. To 5.5. Brewers out another run. It's now 7-0 Milwaukee.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Open at 7 a.m. for breakfast, lunch, or whatever you need to fuel your day. Subway, where winners eat. Let's go Bucks.
7-0 Brewers. 3 hits for the Pirates. That's it. 1, to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our Nissan road ahead. Won't get much easier this week as the Cardinals come in with 3 13-game winners. Loesch, Westbrook, and Lynn. Opposing the Pirates starting tomorrow night, Tuesday and Wednesday. Travel day Thursday, then back against these Brewers in Milwaukee. Into September, Labor Day afternoon game Monday the 3rd. And then an off day on the 6th at home. Cubs, then on the road, Reds, and back to Chicago. It's our Nissan road ahead. Here's left-hander Manny Parra taking over from Mark Rogers in the bottom half of the 6th. Parra will face Garrett Jones, Jeff Clement, and Pedro Alvarez. Maybe things start to turn around right now. Jones takes a strike. Rogers went 5 through 101 pitches, 57 strikes, through the same number of strikes that Eric Bedard did. Bedard threw 57 strikes on 84 pitches. Jones makes it an 0-2 count after the foul ball. Bucks winning 4-0 in last night's game to even this series at a game apiece. They've got a long way to go to come back in this one. Up high, 1-2. Pirates have homered 5 times in the last 6 games overall. They've gone deep 5 times in their last 4 home games, but so far nothing today.
Yeah, that's one of the things that became apparent earlier in the season. This team's offense was going to be all about the home run ball. And when they're not getting it, you have days like this. And the offense is pretty quiet.
Jones strikes out.
It was actually kind of surprising. It was to me anyway. I did not think that this team was capable of hitting the home runs that they have. I thought it was going to be more about doing the little things, moving runners and that sort of thing. Strike out on the breaking ball. Speed type game. You know, of course, with the outfield that we started the season with Presley, Tabata out there along with McCutchen, but it didn't turn out that way. It evolved into a home run hitting club.
Jones was the 6th Pirate to strike out. Gabby Sanchez hitting for Jeff Clement. The left-hander Parra out there. Then Hurdle going to the right-handed hitting Sanchez. Sanchez will go into the game and play first base as well. And Sanchez takes low. By the way, some news from the lower minor leagues down in Bradenton, Florida. The Gulf Coast League Pirates beat the Cardinals 1-0 in the semifinal round of the playoffs. They'll play in the first championship game Tuesday against either the Red Sox or Tigers Gulf Coast League team. And that's a best of 3 championship series. So the Buccos Gulf Coast Leaguers are in the title series. I wish them good luck. Umbrella hats.
Good day for that, huh?
Yeah, those are nice.
You ever wore one of those?
No.
Neither have I.
No. That's something you and I have in common. We both have never had one of those on our head.
I don't think it's on my bucket list either.
No. How about that one? Now that's sort of the pirate version of the Bear Bryant hat. That is a nice looking hat. Tri-corner lid right there.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's got the MLB logo on it. All in black and gold. As Gabby Sanchez goes down, Parra has 2 strikeouts.
That's not a hat. That's just a big old umbrella.
Sunshade. There's that hat. See the logos on it? How neat is that? The MLB logos?
Yeah. Pedro Alvarez to the left center field alley, and it pops in for a base hit. Pedro's 1 for 3.
Little breaking ball that I think Parr was just trying to drop in there to get ahead. I think Pedro might have been looking for that pitch. Thinking, okay, break the ball, I'm going to hit it the other way.
Rod Barajas 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second, flying to center in the fourth. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, a 7-0 Milwaukee lead. Third and final game of this weekend series, and Barajas, same area of the field, drops one into left center. Back-to-back singles with 2 men out. Wearing out a little spot in the grass out there, Alvarez and Barajas.
They need to do something here quickly, put at least a run up, if nothing else. A little 2-out RBI. And Harrison, he's been the guy so far today. He's looking the best at the plate. See if Jay Hay can come through.
Harrison had an infield single in the second inning, and then a solid single through the left side in the fourth. .239 the average for Harrison. 2 on, 2 out. Randy Parra delivers. And Harrison hits one well to left center. Going back after it, Gomez. He'll make the catch. Harrison gave it a ride, but Gomez able to track it down. Pirates leave 2. We'll head to the 7th. 7-0 Milwaukee.
Can't worry about that now, right? Behind her. Gotta move on to this guy right here.
I'll go behind the scenes of the Pirates in our television broadcast Tuesday during All Access Night. Hear exclusive interviews from the dugout, go behind the scenes of PNC Park, and head inside our production truck to hear our director call the game live. All Access Night when the Pirates take on the Cardinals Tuesday, 6:30 on Root Sports. Gabby Sanchez remains in the game at first. 7-0. The Milwaukee Brewers with the lead. And Aramis Ramirez is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer today at the plate. First ball swinging. Bouncer to Harrison. 1 pitch, 1 down. That's a much better start.
Yeah, I'll take that every time. One pitch, just a little routine ground ball to short. See if we can do the same thing here. Hart.
Corey Hart's got a couple of hits, 2 singles. Struck out once, scored a run. He sits safely in 10 of his last 11 games. Had a 9-game streak broken up last night, 0 for 4. And trying to start a new one today for Milwaukee. He's done so with 2 hits. Lifts this one high in the air to right field. Jones backpedaling near the track. He's on the track and makes the catch. 2 down to the top of the 7th.
Actually, fairly quick inning here. We had many of those. Let's see if Kevin can get this last one in a quick fashion. Kevin his spot is to lead off next inning, so this will be his last inning of work. Quick slider, real short slider that Kevin has. Starts that off right down the pipe for strike 1.
0-1 to Lucroy.
Try and do it again, same pitch.
Peek at the signs of Mirage.
Change-up time.
It's belted to left center field for the 3rd hit for Jonathan Lucroy. He's 3 for 3. Change-up left out.
Take a look at the locations. See what we got. That's pretty much heart of the plate, mid-thigh, not where you want to throw it. It was a great shot. You can see how the rotation just instantly stops as that ball hits the bat, starts out the other way, and didn't put much spin on that ball. That probably had a little knuckle action as it was leaving the infield.
Carlos Gomez pops this one up to shallow right field. Here comes Jones. He'll make the catch, and it is stretch time. Middle of the 7th at PNC Park. Pirates trying to get the offense going. We're going to keep you here at PNC Park for God Bless America and take me out to the ball game, starting with God Bless America on this great Sunday afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand and join the Pirates and Major League Baseball as we remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, while offering support to our troops here and abroad. Here to lead us with God Bless America is Chelsea Hurts.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Today's 7th inning stretch is presented by the new face of Northwood Realty Services.
Fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. We invite you now to stand, follow the bouncing Eaton Park Smiley Coach.
unbelievable shots from the AGH cam. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Folks, then back over the Clemente Bridge. Jordy Mercer pinch hitting in the 9 spot. So Mercer, Snyder, and Walker. They want a Bucko win. They want some runs first. Pirates have been blanked so far. Left-hander Manny Parra delivers high to Mercer.
I think for this really great crowd we had to cheer about today. Still a ton of folks staying in the stands, hoping that the Pirates can do something these last 3 innings.
Two balls and a strike to Mercer. Mercer out of Oklahoma State. Not only is he a good hitter and fielder, he was a closer. Still holds the record for the most number of saves at Oklahoma State in a single season. He's popped up, and Lucroy will make the catch. And Mercer is out. One gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the fly out foul to the catcher, Lucroy. That's the way the game goes sometimes. Sometimes you have a lot to cheer about, like last night. Some days bats don't work. At least for a while, but still time left to get something done. The Pirates need to bunch some hits. They've not had more than 2 hits in an inning. They had back-to-back base hits last inning in the 6th with 2 men out before Harrison flying out deep to left center. Snyder without a hit. He is 0 for 2. He walked in the 5th inning and was stranded. Nothing at 2. Swung over the top of that pitch. Fastball at 92. It's 7-2 St. Louis. They're in the 9th inning in Cincinnati. Cardinals looking at taking that series against the Reds, gaining some ground on the division leaders. Snyder hits this one high in the air, foul ground. Ramos Ramirez will make the catch. 2 men out, 2 foul balls, 2 outs. Well, the Cardinals, Bob, trying to dig into that division lead as we talked about. They trail Cincinnati by 7 to start the day, and if they hang on and win that ball game, they'll cut it to 6. Anytime the Pirates would stay put and find themselves 2 back of St. Louis, out of 2nd in the Central, with the Cardinals heading from Cincinnati over here right after the game today.
Yeah, in a way, I would just assume Cincinnati win.
And this one is booted by Segura. Error on Segura. So the Pirates get a base runner in the 7th inning.
Should have been pretty routine. Ball got the heel of his glove. Interesting to see the styles of Segura. Compare that to the way Barmes goes after that ball. He'll go one-handed after it, play it, and that allows him to move his glove a little quicker, I think, than if you got 2 hands down there, and he might be able to come up and make that catch.
Yeah.
But you see that a ton back 20-30 years ago with all the AstroTurf fields in the National League. There were all kinds of one-handed infielders, shortstops, third basemen. But very rare to see that now with all the grass and dirt fields.
Well, Barmes told me he picked up that one-handed style while playing winter ball in the Dominican Republic. The fields he was playing on were not up to par, and a lot of the Latin shortstops were doing that anyway, and he kind of learned it, picked it up. Started to feel very comfortable with it. Two balls and a strike. I guess if you can play feel comfortable in a bad field. When you come to a very well-groomed field, it's got to be just that much better for you because you don't get the bad hops as much. Not to say you're not going to run into a bad hop every now and then. You will.
Yeah, they're out there. Every time you're playing on the regular dirt.
Segura able to recover to force out Walker. We'll go to the 8th. Pirates still haven't been able to get anything going. Brewers 7, Pirates nothing. For the Pirates as we go to the 8th inning. Bring a member of the Pirates team to your next special event. The Pirate Parrot at your next community event or birthday party. The sky's the limit on the amount of fun the Pirate Parrot can bring to your event. Go to pirates.com/Pirate Parrot today and book him. Get the bird to your place. One of the best mascots in sports. And making his Pirates debut, Isunori Takahashi. Pirates claimed him from the Angels off of waivers. Takahashi making his first appearance. 37-year-old veteran.
Nice strikeout to walk ratio. 41 Ks in 42 innings, just 10 base on balls. He has fewer hits than innings pitched. Opposition hitting .242.
Takahashi will throw his first pitch as a Pittsburgh Pirate.
If you look at the stat line, you wonder, well, why is the ERA up almost 5 in the American League? Well, those 42 innings, he gave up 6 home runs. That's what's hurting as far as his earned run average. All the other stats, not bad at all.
Takahashi played 10 seasons with the Tokyo Giants. He was a starter there. And Segura to right field and deep, and back after it is Jones, and there's one out. Takahashi was 79 and 66 over 10 seasons with the Giants, and played with Hideki Matsui on that team for 3 seasons. Before going to the Giants, he was with the Hiroshima Carp.
The Giants over there kind of like how the Yankees are.
Yeah, they're the national team, basically. That's the big one.
They have all the banners and all that sort of thing. Championships.
Cody Ransom is the pinch hitter, batting in the 9 spot. Playing the Tokyo Dome. Takahashi was a fixture in their rotation for 10 seasons. Came over from the Angels. Had been with the Mets too. And he
Good.
Double pause at the
A
top.
little hesitation right there. He's got to throw you off the first time you hit against him. Can get you leaning a little bit, I would think. Kind of gives a double pump with his knee.
This one's popped up a mile high. Barajas pulls it out of the sky and makes the catch. 2 men out. Well, the media contingent in the Pirates clubhouse has grown since news of Takahashi's arrival. A large contingent of Japanese media here to cover him now as a Pirate. And Takahashi against Aoki.
They must have some big sport pages in Tokyo.
Or a lot of them. And the bouncer to shortstop. Charging is Harrison. And a clean inning for Hisanori Takahashi in his Pirates debut. Brewers go down 1-2-3. Nothing going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates will continue their homestand with a 3-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Be here when the Bucks take on the Cards tomorrow starting at 6:30 on Root Sports. Cardinals have added another run on Cincinnati in the top of the 9th inning, trying to put that game away. They lead 8-2. Cody Ransom remains in the ball game playing third base for Ramos Ramirez. Ransom, who was in AAA with the Diamondbacks. He was in Reno earlier in the year. He's been around a little bit. Now, Jose Veras backs up Manny Parra, third pitcher used today.
Jose's stats on the year. What do you think, curveball, first pitch?
Right-handers usually, but yeah, there it is. How many times did we see that last year with Veras?
How many times did he pitch?
Opening up. Yeah, every time. Oh, one pitch to Jones. It's outside. Jose Veras, who He's appeared in this series once before. It was last night. Pitched an inning, scoreless relief. It's a swinging strike on Jones. Jose was traded to the Brewers by the Pirates for Casey McGee. McGee now with the Yankees. 1-2 to Garrett. Struck him out. Jones goes down on strikes for the second time. He was 1 for 3 now with a walk. Gabby Sanchez will come up. His second at bat. He struck out swinging in the 6th.
Just 5 outs left in this ball game, down 7-0. Feel like maybe just kind of turning the page from this one and thinking, well, you got the team that you're right behind coming in. That's where you really need to do the work. Able to beat the Cardinals in St. Louis, and I have to duplicate it now.
And 1-2 of 3 against the Cardinals, capped off by a 19-inning win on Sunday a week ago.
How many times this year too? It seems like every time he pitches that, you know, it's an important game. Maybe not a must-win, but yeah, you got to win this one. And who's on the mound? AJ. They'll be going tomorrow.
They'll face Kyle Loesch. Loesch, a 13-game winner, 13-2. Burnett, 15-4. So the Pirates did take 2 of 3 from the Cards. Then went to San Diego and still trying to figure out what the Padres' hold is over the Pirates for the last couple of seasons. They ended up sweeping them. Pirates would lose 4 in a row, dropping game 1 6-5 against the Brewers here. Now are in danger of losing a home series. And the Brewers just 2-15 on the road since the All-Star break. If they win, they'll be 3-15 since the All-Star break on the road, and 2 of those 3 wins would be here. In a place where the Pirates have 54 wins over the Brewers in the last 12 years since this place opened up. Rysop throwing. We would expect to see Chris come in the 9th. Isanori Takahashi with a clean inning in the 8th inning. 1-2 on Gabby Sanchez. Inside. It's a 2-ball 2-strike count. This is around the time last year when the Cardinals made their move. Took them until the last day of the season, so it took them about a month and change, and they wrapped it up on the last day of the season. Went on as a wild card team into the postseason, ended up winning the World Series ultimately. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gabby Sanchez.
So where Lance Berkman, he announced he's going to hang it up or thinking about it, or
looks like that's going to
retire at the end of the year.
He's battled with injury this year again.
Is he still on the DL?
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't think he's come off. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call.
Big Puma going to go into retirement.
Gabby Sanchez has had 2 at bats and he struck out twice, this time looking, and Veras has struck out the first 2 men he's faced. Good looking pitch.
Yeah, that was definitely on the plate, high enough.
Nine Pirates have struck out. Alvarez twice, but he had a base hit in the 6th, 1 for 3. Pedro's average at .237, still with 23 homers and 63 runs batted in. It's outside and low for a ball. 1-0 pitch. It's way outside. This is game number 127. 35 remaining after this ball game. Pirates will be getting a steady dose of the National League Central Division too. Jay Burnett going tomorrow. James McDonald will follow him on Tuesday night against Jake Westbrook. And the way the rest of that rotation works out is Wandy Rodriguez will face Lance Lynn on Wednesday. All 3 night games, 7:05 starts Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You can get them all right here on Root Sports. Tuesday night, an all access night. Take you behind the scenes. Wandy Rodriguez looking for a very good performance on Wednesday. Pirates need to step up the game a little bit over the next 3 days. Well, if you don't have a hat, use a gym bag.
And stay cool.
Helps those pretzels go down easier.
Sunblock, that'll use that too. Warm day.
Alvarez draws the 2-out walk. Well, the Pirates with a base runner in the 8th inning. Jose Veras will face Rod Barajas, who has hit in 3 straight ball games after his 6th inning single. He's 1 for 3. Brewers head to Chicago right after the ball game. They'll start a 4-gamer with the Cubs. And they get the bus home after that.
I was going to say, some of those guys might just commute to that one.
Sometimes they do.
If they live to the south of Milwaukee. What is it, about an hour and a half or so driving? So.
You mean past the stadium?
No, from Wrigley.
Oh, it's fun, yeah.
So Milwaukee.
We did that trip.
It's got to be about an hour and a half. I know we went on the bus one year.
A couple of years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. We did that trip. And
no, it's not far. It's kind of like here to Cleveland. And that distance.
.1-0 to Barajas. I think it's shorter than that.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, where's your atlas? We'll look it up.
It's in the back.
You got an app on your new phone for that?
You know, I think I would probably just rather get my atlas out.
Old school. 2-1 to Rod.
Hey, look at me!
How about those glasses? Yeah, I love that.
We got the pennant notches in there.
Yes, that took some thought, little time, effort. Good job.
And Barajas fouls this one off. Well, yeah, he figured if I convert my sunglasses, the chances are good I'll get on the 2.
You needed rose-colored glasses for this game. This has been all Brewers. But doesn't matter. You can still come to the ballpark and have a great time, as I'm sure everybody did this afternoon.
And Barajas down on strikes. Veras comes in, walks one, but strikes out the side, gets 2 punch outs looking. On to the 9th, 7-zip. Hard blast. Came in the 4th inning. 2 outs, 2 on. Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, watches it as it sails out of here for his 13th home run of the year. That opened it up. That broke a 0-0 tie and made it a 3-0 Brewers lead. Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. 3 runs the next inning. Ramos Ramirez had a 2-run homer to dead center field. In the 6th, the Brewers added another off of Kevin Correa.
And then Ramos Ramirez, that was kind of like the backbreaker. Gomez, he broke that tie. The 3-0, you're still like in the ball game. But when Ramos hit his, that kind of put it away.
Chris Rhysop takes over for Hisanori Takahashi. He will face Weeks, Braun, and Ramirez. Well, it won't be Ramirez. It'll be Nyjer Morgan. He's in the on-deck circle. He'll hit after Weeks. He's got his Jolly Roger. Weeks to lead off against Chris Rhysop. Swing and a miss. So Morgan in the on-deck circle. That would indicate he's going to hit for Braun. Veras came in the cleanup spot, so there'll be a pinch hitter there as well. Will have been used. Ransom's been used. So that will leave Jeff Bianchi. One ball and 1 strike to Ricky Weeks. Weeks had an RBI single in the 5th. Also scored a run. Has gone final in Cincinnati. The Cardinals have won it 8-2. Not good news today for the Pirates, but still a long way to go. A month or more remaining. And the Pirates with 3 head-to-head matchups with the Cardinals coming up starting tomorrow night.
It'll be 3 very important ball games.
2-1 foul back, 2-2. Well, today another sellout. They've reached the sellout plateau. 16th of the year for the Pirates. Right-hander Cameron Lowe warming up in the bullpen for Milwaukee. Well, a lot of folks have started to make their way out in this ballgame with 36,626. Last year, the Pirates sold out 17 games, so one off of last year's mark. Club record 19. So 3 more to go to catch that record. That was when the ballpark opened in 2001 when they sold out 19 games. Looks like they're on their way to catching that mark. But missing off the outside part of the plate is Rhysop, and he walks the leadoff man, Ricky Weeks. Morgan will hit for Braun. Braun's done today. Nyjer Morgan will stand in from the left side. 250 pinch hitter, 5 out of 20. 241 regularly. 15 RBIs. Not a lot for Morgan considering the amount of at-bats he's got. There's a ground ball towards second base. Walker misses Weeks and throws to first. Or did he miss him? Well, it looked like
called him out of the baseline.
Okay, yeah. Dana Demuth looked like he was going to call him safe, but he went out of the baseline, so it is indeed a double play. Looked like Walker missed him here on the tag.
We've seen that play several times this year where I think guys have run a lot wider than that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that's the argument out there. There could be a 7-0 baseline in the ninth.
Does it shrink? Does it get a little narrower when it's 7-0 in the ninth?
I think maybe it does.
I mean, get a look at it here. This is probably
no. He definitely swerves to try and miss the tag, but
you can do that.
That's if this was a close ball game, there would be all kinds of arguing going on right now.
I think that's called getting a call right there.
It's called 7-0 in the ninth.
Yeah. I don't even believe his foot left the clay of the infield.
No.
Here is Jeff Bianchi. Picked up his first and second major league hits last night. First ball swinging. Hits it deep to left. Snyder going back. Still going back. It's off the wall. And Bianchi's got his first major league double.
Pennsylvania guy. Probably have some fans in the stands. Here it is again. Good pitch to hit mid thigh. Snyder gave it a good run, just over the very tip of his glove.
And hitting for Corey Hart will be Martin Maldonado. Ron Renneke going to empty his bench here. It's the last position player available. Not that that's a huge deal at this point. Up 7 in the ninth. You figure Cameron Lowe can come out and shut things down if you're the Brewers.
If you give up 8 in the ninth, it's not because you misused your bench.
No.
Got bigger problems than that.
And the Brewers have had those kinds of problems with their bullpen this year. 24 blown saves.
Yeah, it hasn't been the departure of Prince Fielder that's done it, man. It's definitely been their pitching. They can still put runs up.
1 strike to Martin Maldonado. Jeff Bianchi is the runner at second base. 2 men out. And the pitch. Missed again. Here comes the 2-1 to Maldonado from Rison. Ground ball toward the middle. Harrison diving stop to his feet. Throws him out.
That'll be a play of the game.
Outstanding play by Josh Harrison to end the top half of the ninth. Last wraps for the Bucks when we come back. Seven 0 going to the bottom of the ninth. Maldonado remains in to play first base for Corey Hart. The Yankee is in at second base. Niger Morgan remains in the game, plays left field. Ryan Braun is out.
I think a spring training game.
Except these changes happen in the fifth.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got the shark look going there. Shark fin.
Yep. They're pulling out all stops to win this ball game. All stops. We're with it.
Some rally cap action. Here is Cameron Lowe. Big right-hander.
Got to save game one. Came in and struck out the only batter he faced.
30-year-old Cameron Lowe. He's 6'8" and 245. This is up and into Harrison. Harrison has 2 hits. He's 2 for 3. Harrison looks out at Cameron Lowe and the 1-0 pitch coming. It's in for a strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jose Tabata in the on deck circle. We were told before the game he'd be available to pinch hit. And looks like that's going to be the case. He had a left groin issue yesterday, described as discomfort, but worked out earlier today. Okay to go. Ground ball is short. And Segura throws him out. Gone for the Pirates in the 9th. And in case you missed it, around Major League Baseball, Vin Scully, the legendary voice of the Dodgers, will return for his 64th season in the Dodgers booth. The Orioles acquired left-hander Joe Saunders from Arizona. And Joey Votto will begin a rehab assignment Tuesday. He's been out with the left knee, had surgery, then had to go back in and get it fixed up again. Votto's been out for a while.
They've needed it.
No, they have not. In fact, when he went out, that's when they got hot.
When he comes back, they just trade him. Put him on waivers.
Yeah.
Just put him on waivers.
So there is 1 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Jose Tabata trying to get on base for the Bucks. Get Snyder a chance to get on as well. Well, 2 down. Pirates down to their final out this afternoon. Not the Bucks' day. Just not their day. Last hope is Travis Snyder. He's not going to hit a 7-run home run. So he's going to have to start the rally of rallies here.
Today is just about done. They have to put it out of their minds and come out and try and do some good work against St. Louis. That series is even more important now. I was hoping after that 4-game losing streak that could put together a little bit of a streak on the winning side. But just not a good game on either side. Gave up to 7 runs on 11 hits and didn't score any runs and only got 5 hits.
Mark Rogers in line for his 2nd major league win. Eric Bedard is on the hook today. Bedard looking to drop to 7 and 14. 1-1 pitch coming to Snyder. He's had it outside 2-1. The thing about this game is there is always tomorrow. Until there isn't tomorrow. 2-2. Pirates down to their final strike. Jeff Clement started at first base today. Placed about halfway through after the 5th. So the Pirates will get a right-handed bat in there against the lefty Parra. 2-2. Snyder bangs it foul, and Kerwin Danley caught part of that. Kerwin Danley has been in harm's way. He's been hit by some friendly fire here and there.
Yep.
Some of the games passed.
You don't want that to happen. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. That's bad luck.
3-2. Full count to Travis Snider. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases empty. Pirates can manage only 5 hits today off Brewers rookie Mark Rogers. Relievers Manny Parra and Jose Veras. Cameron Lowe so far through the first 2 men of this inning. Playoff pitch outside, ball 4, and the Pirates still with a little bit of a pulse.
Stomping around back of the mound. He's not real happy with himself after that ball 4 with his big lead.
Gives Neil Walker an opportunity. Neil 0 for 4. Strike 1 to Neil.
Look at Cameron Lowe out on that hill. Looks like he should throw about 105.
At 6'8", you'd figure there'd be more velocity.
But he's not a power guy. He pitches. Loads contact, and usually not a big strikeout person.
Pirates again down to their final strike today.
It's effective, but anytime you see somebody with his size, you just immediately think, oh wow, this guy must really bring it.
0-2. Cameron Lowe set at the belt. And the pitch to Walker. Down ball left side. Ransom stayed down on it. Throws it wide. And down to third base goes Snider. 2 on and 2 out. This will bring Andrew McCutchen to the plate.
He might have wanted to go to second base, but there's nobody there to throw it to. He had to go across the diamond, and that's nowhere close. Nowhere close.
Well, Sharkfin's getting it done so far.
He moved it to the other side. That was probably the key over the game right there.
First and third, 2 down.
McCutchen takes a strike to the other side. Rob, if you're listening, that's your turning point right there. The hat going to the other side.
Low dealing to McCutchen. And for the third straight hitter, the Pirates are down to their final strike. 0-2 to Kutch. And McCutchen, who went 0 for 4 last night, is 0 for 3 today with a walk. There you go. He's got the shark fin. A little cockeyed, but he still had it.
It's working.
McCutchen strikes out to end the ball game. McCutchen is now hitless in his last 2 games. Pirates lose the series to the Brewers. Brewers come in here today and shut out the Pirates after the Pirates shut them out last night. 7-0 final score. Back to the drawing board and time to get ready for the Cardinals, who come in here tomorrow night. So a 7-0 win. Rogers gets the win over Bedard. Just 5 hits managed for the Buccos this afternoon. They're now 68-57, 9 games above 500. And whatever has been ailing them in this series with Milwaukee, especially over the first and third games, they've got to try to shake that and get over that quickly and get ready to face the Cardinals, a very tough opponent here tomorrow night.
Tim, there's no sugarcoating this one this afternoon. This was an important game. You wanted to take this series going into having St. Louis coming into town for the next 3. You have another below 500 club. That's 2 series in a row. The Padres and the Brewers, below 500 teams that you've lost series to. You got swept by one. Important game today, and you can always use the cliches. Well, they came out flat or this or that. I don't know what the reason is, but 5 hits and no runs, that's not good enough. Either has given up 7 runs in this game. You got to be playing better than this time of year. For the last couple of days I've been preaching, we got you win that first one, we can get a winning streak together, and those games in San Diego then don't mean anything. But we did win that first one and then go right back and not even be competitive today. This was a disappointment. As you mentioned just moments ago, they got to get this figured out, because the Cardinals are coming to town, and they're sitting now right in front of us, keeping us from the playoffs. That's the last playoff spot, that last wild card spot. Got to start playing some good ball these next couple of days. Got to get it done.
Yeah, Cardinals will start tomorrow night, 2 games ahead of the Pirates for that final playoff spot, that second wild card. So the final score, 7-0. The Brewers defeat the Pirates here today and take the series 2-1. Let's go to Rob King and Kent Tekulve right now.
Tim and Bob, thanks very much. And Teague, that's where I wanted to start too. What Bob was talking about, and clearly it was not a good game for the Pirates at all. The offense. I mean, you managed just 5 hits, no runs, and the theme continues again with too many strikeouts, not enough walks, not enough hits. This has been a recurring problem that's really been exacerbated over the course of the last month.
Yeah, it has been, and this club got so good in June and July when they started hitting. Obviously, the pitching was good at the beginning of the year. Stayed pretty good during the middle of the year, but the big difference was the hitting. And right now, the Pirates really not generating much on their own at all. You start looking at the games that they do score and they do win, and typically it involves mistakes by the opposing team. And when you get down to the end of the season, you need to win games. You can't count on mistakes by the opposing team to give you the opportunity to get the runs that you need. So, this is an issue right now that the Pirates are going to have to deal with, and if they want to continue to contend for a playoff spot, they're going to have to contend, or they're going to have to deal with it extremely quickly.
Just five walks, which is not bad, but just 5 hits and 11 more strikeouts for the Pirates. They go down to defeat. Final score was 7-0. We're going to look forward to that very important series coming up against St. Louis. That's a post-game reaction. Ask Teak, and a lot coming your way on Pirates Post-Game, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine. Up next.